Hello, hello. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Can you hear me? Hopefully. I always like to do a sound check first because it gives me multiple messages because I've got two cameras going. So you should be able to hear me okay. And I will wait for Terry or somebody to let me know yes or no. There's always a technical something or another going on, right? So I hope everybody is having a great day. Just need a sound check. I'm not going to ramble on a whole bunch. Okay, you hear me in Kansas. Thank you, Sandy. I appreciate that. For some reason, StreamYard is throwing up muted on the screen, even though only one of the two is muted. So that's good. How are you doing today, Sandy? Looks like I'm going to be in and out of the shadows on my face, but that's okay. You can see the desk. That's the most important thing. And I am going to do some jelly printing, but are you working on your Big Mama? Big book? I was going to share something here first at the beginning because when my hands get dirty, I'm not going to be able to share it nearly as easily. So it has been a good week, been very productive in the studio and cleaning up messes and figuring out projects and making a lot of plans. So what I have here is actually the beginnings of a kit. It's not the beginnings, it actually is a kit to make a mini. Hey, Joanne, how are you doing today? It's a kit to make several mini Just Because books. And when I say mini, we're talking mini. Like this is a 3. Oh, you are Big Mama. Got it, Sandy. Thank you. This is the size of a 3x5 index card. So when you fold it in half, it's going to be an itty bitty book. And these kits are going to have some of my dyed fabrics. And it's going to have a bunch of little laces, colored laces. And because this is little, you don't need a whole lot of anything. It's got some beads and ephemera. A little bit of, let's see, that's a German dictionary book. One of my little clusters. And then in here, and you actually have enough where you could make at least two books, maybe more. You'll have more fiber, some lace. Mini books are so much fun. And these are all cut page size, but actually you can, cut them down and make them even smaller if you want. Burlap, and you've got some printed paper, painted papers. These are really cool. I love these. These were done with paint water. So there's some jelly print ones. There's some painted text. There's some coffee dyed. There's only a couple coffee dyed pages because I figure everybody has those. There's some of these that have the really cool sound. Hey, Sharon. Different textures to them. This is some handmade paper that was painted. Just all kinds. Let's see, I had a list as to how many. Right now there's 15 pages of paper, but we're going to paint some more today. There's a piece of painted cardstock. So you could either use this as a second cover or you can cut it up for tags. These were just some scraps that were not painted. And if you bought any of my other fabric packs, these aren't in there. And then there's a piece of upholstery fabric just in a neutral color for a cover. So there's, like I said, there's enough to make at least 2, maybe 3 mini books, depending on the size that you want to do. And because we got the holidays coming and priority mail seems to be the best way for the post office to get things there, they are going to have to go out priority mail. But they're going to be $37 plus $9 postage. And if anybody wants to pre-order now, I'm going to make a couple of the journals. I'll be doing that next week, and I'll make a video. But if anybody wants to pre-order now, I'm going to put this here, and I'll put it in our group. I will include a bunch of fussy cut napkins that you can use in these as well as a bonus. So you just need to let me know. And if we refer back to this, you know, while I'm jelly printing, we can just tell people to go to the beginning of the stream and they can catch it. So yeah, these are some of the papers I found in my craft room. Amazing, right? I just love that I found so much. So I want to add some more painted fabric to it because I didn't put any painted fabric in there. Sandy says, I get the Christian book distributor catalogs and cut the pictures of the books and glue to front of scraps and make miniature books. Makes amazing miniature Bibles. That's a great idea. Yeah, I used to have all my publishers' catalogs. I don't anymore. Yeah, in the ephemera, there's some mini pictures. There's beads. There's lots of scraps. There's all that kind of stuff. So anyways, if you want something like that, let me know. And then I'll be working on probably naked journals where they're hardback covers. And yeah, and they'll be filled with pages that you guys can finish off. So that'll be the next thing I'm working on. I'm going to make my picture small now. Let's see, before I get my gloves all dirty. All right. There we go. Everything seems to be all right. And I am going to, let's see, what am I going to do? I'm going to start with fabric. I am going to start with fabric. And I just want to get, hey, Shelby, how are you doing today? I have a bunch of just solid blue fabric that's kind of, you know, boring. So we're going to just add some more shades of blue. Yes, Sandy, that would be a great idea. Publish some of your miniature Bibles in the book, in the group. Bonnie did. Well, that was so nice of Bonnie. I love it when you guys share with friends about the channel and the group. One thing to remember in the group is if you ask me to add somebody else to the group, I'm not going to do it until I get a message back from them saying that they want to be added. I don't like to just arbitrarily add people to the group. So I've got a couple people that have asked me to add people, and I haven't done that because I sent them messages and the people haven't responded yet. And actually, Michelle, I think you are one of those people. Guessing it's a relative because of the name. And I sent her a message because I don't like to arbitrarily add people. I figure people kind of get upset. I get upset. All right, and we're just gonna, I'm trying to not stress. Sharon is indeed on Instagram. What I didn't bring, well, I don't know how much of that we're gonna need, but just kind of wanted to, I'm excited to see what I'm gonna do today too. All right. And this is just going to be subtle. This is not going to be, you know, oh my goodness, you know, amazing things are happening here, because these go in the kit for you guys to work on. Then you're going to add your own layers. Oh, it wasn't you. Interesting. And when I have this over section here, that's what I was going to do. I had a plan and I forgot. We should do a miniature book video. By we, I mean me, right? Me and my team, my team of me. All right, let's see what we get here. So it's just a little more interesting than it was. Yep, and that's the whole idea of jelly prints, is you can always add more. So this is pretty light. Do I have an email? Yes, you can email me, susantaylorbrown@gmail.com. And what are we going to add here? Let's add, this will work. It's kind of, I don't want to get them super heavy with paint because it does make it harder to stitch through. And we might do better. Oh, I don't want to do that because then I'm going to have my fingerprints. And who wants my fingerprints on the page? Not I. It's just so much fun. You can get so many really interesting things. Oh, the threads. Love it when we get the threads on there. And this time I will make sure that I show everything at the end. The idea today is just to get a lot of color on a lot of things. Hey, Candace, how are you doing today? And a reminder, since I've got my gloves on, I can't hit the computer to back up to see things. So if I miss something that you've said and or you're asking me a question, please ask it again. So I'm just going to catch up any of the leftover paint on these business cards. And the reason is, if you've got a little book, a business card is great. You can stitch it on and have a little fold out. You can use it for a tag. You can use it for a lot of other things. All right, so it's like the darker is going to go better on here. And I really like the threads, so we're just going to leave some threads on there whenever they pop up. What are you working on, Candace? Thank you so much for that, Sandy. And not add any green if I can, because we know that's my thing I go to. And I'm not adding a lot of that, but that will kind of help water down the paint so it won't be quite as thick. Every time I think I'm not going to get myself weighed down with so much around my space, of course, I lie. Let's grab a couple different kinds of fabric. I may not even worry about doing any kind of a stencil thing on them right now. Hey, Jackie, you made it. Nice. Yeah, I don't know how to do, maybe somebody else does. If you're on your phone and trying to do that sort of thing, I really don't know how to do it. Oh, there I'm going with my finger again. Of course, that kind of gives you something different. And I should just be using the brayer, right? Because that will put color on both sides. I think these are going to be into. Hey, Kat, how are you doing today? The nice thing about fabric, it doesn't rip when you pull it off of the plate. All right, let's do some more of getting this up. Not that it has to get up, but I kind of want to cover a bunch of business cards for two reasons. One, because they're the right size to use in these little books, and two, because I have them. Candace says she's only able to work in my sketchbook right now. Sketchbooks are cool. I'm trying to develop the habit of working in a sketchbook. It's not going well, but I'll get there. Let's see. Add a little bit of, we're going to add a lot of gray, not a little bit. Oh, what the heck? Let's grab some purple, right? Make sure, everybody, that you are in live chat and not top chat, because otherwise you will miss some things. You have to go to the top of the chat area. Hanging out with your dogs, giving them some extra love and attention. Nice. Twisted Junk Journal. Hello. How are you doing today? This is not a happy gray. So let's see. We're just using it to cover stuff, right? That's all we're doing, is we're just trying to build up some stuffs. And I'm not going to worry about which way. Any which way. Be a good one to build up on this pattern. So who has their house or their car all decorated for Halloween? In our area, there is a gal with a big car that has it all decorated with skeletons and bodies coming and feet coming out from underneath it and stuff. Twisted Junk Journal says, I am excellent. Got the all clear from my consultant, so I'm on top of the world. Woohoo! That's nice. The perfectionist has left the building. She has gone for parts unknown, and I sure hope she doesn't show up at your house. Jackie, I love mine too, and I do not use it nearly often enough. So we're working on that. We are working on that. Let's just get some other colors in here. I can't believe I had these sprays and I haven't done anything with them. Let's add some green. Oh, and this, I knew there would be something that wasn't going to want to print, right? Or wasn't going to want to spray. And I'm not going to, if they don't want to cooperate, I am not going to mess with them today. Today is the day to just, ooh, these guys stink. Wow. Whatever I just sprayed, maybe because it's old. All right. You just doodled all day with tracing paper. I kind of like it. And now it's washy. Yeah, exactly. I'm not a real good drawer either. If I concentrate really hard, which is hard for me because I, squirrel, let's go see what's over there. But it's fun, and lately I've been experimenting with the different pens and trying to decide in pencils and trying to decide what I like, because it does make a difference to how much fun you're going to have if you like what you're working with. All right, let's just, these are getting dark, but we can add stuff to them. Whoops, picked up a piece of fabric right with this. The other thing I can do afterwards is I can take some of my, hey, Lori, how are you doing today? Take some of my distress reinkers and drip them on the spots that still have color. But I really just want some really grungy things. So we can just add some more to the kits. Let's go a little lighter then, since that gray was really dark. So you got some gel pens, the Posca pens, and some alcohol ones, and you will see what you like. Yeah, and that's what it is. It's all a matter of what do I like better than the other one. I was surprised. I can't remember the names of them, but I should do a video and show you the different ones, how they came out. Let's see. We've got some yellow left. Yeah, it's a different, when I'm wanting to do fabric, like something specific, I approach it differently. But right now I kind of wanted to just make things a little more interesting on these fabrics that I have now, just so that then it'll be like a base layer, and then somebody else can come along and they can stencil on them, they can stamp on them, they can stitch on them. Hey, Lorna, how is my favorite stamp designer today? Okay, and journal maker and friend. Let's see. Okay, let's brighten these guys up. I'm not gonna, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. We're just gonna kind of bounce around like that. Yep. Again with the finger, remind me, do not put my fingers down. We don't need my fingerprints in the paint. And I always forget about that. Jackie says, I like the Posca pens for jelly plate printing, gel pens for drawing on the finished print. I forget that I can use my Posca. I mean, you can use anything on the jelly plate, but I forget about my Posca pens most of all. And that's a good reminder. All right, now we're gonna. Oh yeah, see, it's just a nice little bit of grunge. That's what I wanted. Just a nice bit of grunge that we can then add other stuffs to. Oh yeah, you're gonna get all kinds of typos in the chat. Don't worry about that. Ooh, I'm liking that. Yeah, they're just acrylic paint in a pen. So they're very, very useful like that. The other thing you can do is just use this. I'll do it on the next batch. It's this is looking good. This one I covered just a little bit more. I know they're not super exciting, and that's okay. You can also just do this while it's on there. Yeah. It is very liberating. You just, I'm not trying to make anything. I was going to get out the stencils, and I thought that's always a pain when I am live because I have run out of places to put stuff. Now I wished I'd brought out more sprays. Oh, well. I'm just going to build stuff up everywhere. Lorna says, I'm sitting out in the sun on the deck, and it's so lovely outside. The end of October in Alberta, the weather is really nice. The sun is out here after having a couple days of, what did we end up with? 6-7 inches of rain. And I think I saw that we have more rain coming next week. At least I hope that's what I saw. Hey, Lori. Thank you. Well, I just started, so you're here on time today. Little books are so much fun. Ooh, I'm liking this. I'm liking this. All right, what do we got here? This one wants a little bit more color. Not a lot, just a little. Oh, tea bag paper. You're going to love that for printing. Yes. Oh, yeah. Make yourself a new journal. Jackie, use those prints up. What's fun is when you don't look at them for a while, then suddenly, everything looks different and more exciting. And you can also, when you start cutting it down to the sizes for a journal, stuff changes, and I think it gets a little bit more interesting. The sprays are really easy, but I only brought out purples and pinks. All right, this one's good. Oh, these are pretty. I'm liking these. Wow. And I'm just piling these on top of each other because if the color transfers, I'm fine with that. We're not trying to make it be anything. Look at that. That is so cool. Sharon says, I made my first jelly plate so I could see if I enjoyed it. Yeah, I would get, although I love my huge one, you don't need it. This 8x10 or whatever that close to 8x10 size is really nice. And I like my small ones. The really small ones you can use as a stamp. Okay, that looks cool. And what's really nice, once these have dried and then you can come back over them with a stencil, that's awesome too. All right. Let's see the blues. What do we want to put with the blues? Put some yellow in here. And no rules. Thank you, Sharon. I love just, piling up the layers on the fabric. And then just imagine, when you take all your little bits for a cluster. All right, so here we've got a lot of paint on the jelly plate, and I don't have to worry about that because I can just use my fabric to sop a lot of it up and then just do this. Okay, you just want to, the whole idea here is just to get paint on the fabric. Okay, that's going to want something else, but that's okay. It doesn't need it right this second. Twisted Junk Journal says, I always find I like the gel prints the next day and not the day I made them. And I do like tearing them up for collage too. Yeah. A lot of times I don't, well, most of the times, you guys saw me last week. I was not crazy about what I had done last week. All right, let's see. Let's start with the blank blue and see what we get. There's the threads. What's too much work making the journal or making the stamps? I bet you're saying. It's got to be a lot of work, I would guess. Whoops, wrong side. Oh, well. Doesn't matter. Hey, Lucy, did you get in and I didn't see you? I'm sorry if I missed anybody. I cannot backtrack on my chat with my hands all covered in stuff. All right, so then if you take the fabric, oh, you bet. I don't use baby wipes. What I use for cleanup is just another piece of fabric, because then it gets all that juicy stuff on it. Or the other thing is to use like a roll of hospital gauze. And that way you get some great, cheeseclothy like material. Well, the retaining wall is done, Sharon, which was a big thing. Thank you. And got done just before our huge rains hit. Okay, so this one doesn't want to pick it up. That's fine. And it was wonderful because then all our water that we got went down to the lower yard, which was where we wanted it. All right. Also trying to use up some of these so close to the in bottles. Probably didn't need to do that. What do we want to put with the red? We'll just add some white. A lot of white, evidently. And one thing, if you're going to paint a lot of fabric and you want frayed edges, you might want to fray them ahead of time because it's harder to do. You can still do it after it's been painted, but it's harder. I'm just trying to, and I should have this on my plate, but I had a lot on the thingy. All right. You just want to grab a little bit. I'll have to post a picture of the hospital gauze in the group, Joanne. Remind me if I don't remember to do it later. I posted, I guess we're not connected on Facebook. One of my happies yesterday on Facebook was the fact that the birds came out to my potted plants on the garden, on the studio side by the new wall. And that was just really awesome because yeah. And some people have more frayed edges than others, thanks to the help of the world at large, who does great things to us, right? All right, I wasn't thinking red and white makes pink, one of my colors I don't like, but we'll fix that, right? We're going to fix everything. Nothing wants to come off on this one. All right, we're just going to get just some layers going. I'm not going to worry about how the fabric goes every which way. It's a really nice thing about this is this is a little more time consuming than doing it, where you just squirt it on and look at how you get stuff like this. It was plain blue paper or plain blue fabric. All right, now I'm going to come back in with some blue. Hey, Michelle. Michelle says, Lorna, I think your edges go far beyond frayed. That's somebody who knows you and loves you. Whoops. Do I have fabric on there? Why does it not want to roll? The birds are not in your good books here at the moment. I was loving them all day, listening to them tweet and chatter. Spent the morning hand washing fabric. Oh no, this does not sound good. Why does my brayer suddenly want to not roll? That's not good. It's just, this is why I brought brayer number 2 out, just in case. I have no idea why it doesn't want to roll. I don't see anything wrapped around it, but we're just going to sop up that paint and we'll switch brayers and hope that this one doesn't die. Okay, there we go. Evidently, I need to put more brayers on there. On my list. Okay, so this one just got all my leftover paint. And we're just gonna, ooh, that's kind of neat, just like that. I'm not gonna do anything else to it. All right, we're just gonna, I'll just use this as a poker because I don't really wanna. You went to bring all your hand washed fabric inside, huge bundle of curtain lace you'd washed, empty, and a bird had emptied itself on your lace. Oh no, oh no. That's not fun. Not nice, birdies, not nice. All right, so from, let's do a little bit right there. From my plain fabric to this, I'm liking this a lot better. A lot better. All right, let's do this side. Do this one. You know, and then whoever gets these little books, they might just decide that they want to paint over the whole thing with white. Lucy says bird poop is very acidic. So is that going to change your color of your lace maybe? Okay, the business cards, I might end up doing a different way. You know, these are the super, super thin ones, and I just don't want to spend a lot of time having to peel the paint off afterwards. We are on a septic system, so the paint water does not go down my sink at all. Plus, that ruins your pipes. Hey, Shauna, how are you? Plus, scrubbing for any length of time. My finger is still a mess, people. It is still an absolute mess. So I have to be really careful with having too much pressure on it. I shouldn't say an absolute mess, but it's not good. It's not good. And it's hurting right now. Oh, black. Let's add a little bit of black. Messes with your head. Just wash it all again and you won't remember what part they got. Oh dear, there we go. What you working on today, Shauna? Oh, I grabbed the wrong one, didn't I? I did. Okay, now I'm kind of going. Yeah, this one's just dead. This sprayer is just dead. This is the one that wants to work. Oh, what happened to my finger? When we were starting construction on the retaining wall last month, I was just moving patio furniture off the deck, and it got caught in between two. I was just dragging two chairs, and I grabbed two at once instead of just one, and it got caught between these two metal bars, and they had an x-ray. It wasn't broken, but I think a break might have healed better because I've broken fingers in my hands before. Just so it's got super swollen, very, you know, I was in a splint for 3 weeks. And so then I figured once the splint came off that I was just trying to, you know, it was just stiff from that. But I think there's still an issue. So I'm going to have to make an appointment to go see the hand specialist. Later on, you are going live to share a couple hauls and more work in the Shabby Chic Journal. Shauna will be going live later today. Her lives are always a lot of fun. I watch all you guys when I can, but often I have it going while I'm doing something like this, and I can't stop and comment. All right, there we go. This one wants to work better. All right, here we go. We're getting some interesting things. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. This is my third finger injury. I've broken the other one. I've broken two other fingers. One got slammed in a car door when I fell backwards because I tripped over one of those cement blocks in the parking lot. And another one got broken when the leash got wrapped around it when a motorcycle went by when I was walking Zoe. All right, I'm going to add This yellow is almost gone. Let's see if we can, oh, that's a little bit more yellow than I wanted, but it's okay. Love the threads on there. I'm just going to go at angles and see what we can get here. Hi, Tim. How are you doing today? Are you having a good day? Are you supervising whatever mom's working on? Twisted Junk Journal says, I got some lovely music books from the 1950s. They were a good find as they're usually too much, but for £1, it was a good thing. Ooh, what a bargain. I love that. Yeah, Sharon, it's a bummer. Weird things like cutting, you know, when you would, anytime you would put any kind of pressure on that typing, and I have to post something in the group and say, this is why I've not been super active on comments, because it hurts to type. And I just need to remember to not use it. But of course, I always want to, I'm just, you know, longtime writer, I just type all the time. Ooh, okay. Getting some wonderful shades. That's all I wanted on here. Something a little more interesting. Okay, the yellow does want to show up here, so we're going to do some more of that. Let's see if we can. Yellow. Let's do some more yellow. Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, hands are super valuable. All right, so maybe this yellow says it. And like that, just trying to open something, I got to remember not to use that finger because that is not happy. It is not happy. All right, bonus when we do that, we're going to get a little bit of the circle. I just sprayed my hair. This is why I don't use sprays usually when I'm live, because I do things like that. Good thing I need a shower when this is over. All right. Let's just see what else we can get in there. Yeah, it does. It affects everything. And, you know, what's sad is that it didn't have to happen. The guys, you know, that we have working for us, they're always so great at, you know, doing things for me. In fact, one of them even came back over the day before the big storm just to make sure that everything was still working the way it was supposed to, make sure I wasn't going to have any issues. Okay, yeah, this is very freeing, not worrying about any of this. Yeah, I've been trying not to, you know, I was trying to be careful to not spray my monitor, and instead I got my hair. But at least it's all water-based stuff. I'm not working with oil paints. You guys will get a better look at these when we're done because it's kind of hard. I'm doing this. I want to get as much, like I said, coverage as I can on as many things as I can. And then I might stay after my normal time a little bit so I can do something else. I'll have to, you know, take a break, quick break. Come on. What else do we have over here? I should have lots of things. We've got pink. Since none of this stuff is going to be washed, it doesn't matter if I'm mixing my paints with my distress sprays. I have a lot of pink and purple distress sprays that need to be used up because that's just not my color. The rectangles are for after this stream is over, we can go back and watch the beginning of the book or beginning of the video where I explain it. But I made some kits so that people can make their own mini Just Because books if they want. And it's got all kinds of goodies in it. There's enough stuff in there for make a couple of books. And I decided I wanted to add some painted fabric pages. So these are about the size of a 3x5 card. Hey, Sandy, how are you doing today? And so they will go into the kit. Debs. How you doing today? All right, let's just, it's probably too light to show up on there, but we're going to give it a shot. Anything that just adds just a little bit. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of a fun material, but I thought, well, let's just dress it up a little bit, although maybe I'm dressing it down. Yeah, the distress is not going to do good on that unless I do a whole lot of it. So where's my pink and purple paint, which I think might be the best on, this is awful clown. Yeah, want the darker stuff. Bye, Lorna. See you later. Okay, and we're going to go back again. Oh, I meant to put my fabric under my jelly plates. I got all this juicy paint going on the sides there. And the distress sprays will bead up on the plate. I don't care. Whoops. Okay, that one we'll have to come back to. Just gonna layer things up here and get color every which way. Some of the pattern will show through. 20 people here. Wow, awesome. Yeah, I think everybody loves jelly printing, right? Because anything's possible. You can do whatever you want with a jelly plate. So you're still going to see some of the pattern. You're good, especially now that you're watching me. Thank you, Debs. Hey, Barbara. How are you doing? It always does something. Yeah, the distress sprays always do something weird on the paper. You get the dots, swirls. Yeah, and then you can add some water afterwards and you get all kinds of stuff. So some people might say, oh, you're ruining the fabric. But again, I think it's the layers. All right, we need more paint of some kinds. We're going to do, no, I'm not going to do the sprays. I'm going to save the sprays for other stuff. Just came from a fabulous dream work session. Oh, nice. I have several friends that are very into doing the dream work. They're really on it. This may be, almost another empty. Pile of empties that I'm saving for Mariah. Yeah, I've got my, shoot, what do you call it? The magicals. I've got some magicals over there too that I want to add later. Jackie had breathing issues today, so she's doing very little, but except watching YouTube. Well, yeah, it sounds like you need to rest. All right, I can't stand the fact that I'm losing paint on here. So we are going to lift it up. See, is this going to work? We'll find out. I need another set of hands here. I should have waited until I didn't have paint on it, right? But it was just bugging me. You haven't tried printing on fabric? Oh, one of my fun things to do. You know, I can be very precise, you know, like if I'm doing botanicals, but on these for the kits, I just wanted to get some color down. All right, this will save me at least a little bit of it. It's just sad when you see the paint just going all over the place and you know it's just going to dry on the thingy. The thingy, that's the technical word. Now, you can use the textile medium if you want to keep the fabric softer, you know, so it's more like fabric. And I do that sometimes too. But because these are book pages, I'm not as worried about that. I want them to get a little stiffer. It's just, just think about how you're going to use the fabric. Nope, I'm not using fabric medium with this at all. I spend a little bit more time. If I'm going to do it with fabric medium, I'll spend a little bit more time thinking about it. But this right now is just about getting color on fabric so it's not just the same as it was for book pages. You came in late, Barbara, and I'll be posting in the group later. I'm making some little kits. Yeah, and I'm going to have a few more videos coming out about different ways to get paint on fabric. See, now look at that. How yummy is that? Twisted Junk Journal says, I've done some leaves on paper, but most have been a hit. Oh, yeah, it's taking time to concentrate on it is really what it is for me. So fabric medium, it really does help. Anything you can do to dilute the amount of paint that's going on something is going to help. But, you can also just dilute your paint. Just dilute your paint with water. Because we're doing things that are not going to be going, usually for journals or art projects, it's not going to go through the washing machine. You can dilute your paint with water and that'll kind of give you a similar thing. See, now I'm loving this where you can still see the pattern, but it's not in your face. All right, so those need more. If we just do more purple, it's going to be some glumpy bits, and I'm okay with glumpy bits because it's just more texture, right? Soak the brayer in Murphy's oil. Yes, that does do a nice thing. I think the one brayer that just decided to die is ancient. It's probably 10 years old, and it was a cheap plastic one. So I'm okay with it deciding that it was done. I did have a couple of thingies for marks. You have some fabric that's printed with newsprinty stuff that would be great fun to paint. Yeah, I've got some text fabric and I've got some music paper fabric, and that's kind of fun to do. The purple reminds you of Van Gogh. Well, that's kind of nice. Yeah, I've done the Murphy's oil thing, and it works with your paintbrushes too when they get old. Although sometimes having a stiffer paintbrush gives you something different to use. All right, it's just getting a little bit there. I'll be really happy if I empty some bottles, which I should because I have a lot of these little squares. And because I'm not messing with stencils and pattern making things, it's going to go, oh yeah, it's going to go faster. Yeah, you never know what's going to come out when you take the printed fabric. And so it's just like we would take our scrapbook paper that we're not crazy about. You take the fabric you're not that crazy about and do things to it. It's going to make it more interesting. Night, night, Lucy. I hope you're feeling better now. All right. Pink paint. So many of my paints are starting to dry. Ah, this one wasn't open. I thought it was open. There we go. We're gonna make it pretend it's open. Really want to use up the stuff that's been open for years because it's gonna dry up and then it won't be any good to anybody. Okay. Just don't want to do a whole lot of mark making because it just puts more piles out here. So just tired now. Okay, good. Well, yeah, since I already knew what size the kit pages were, this is just additional pages for it. It makes sense to just use it pre-cut. Let's see what else we have here. We have more. Try some on the blue. What's the blue and the pink going to get? Double-sided duct tape, yes, to pick up the dried bits, and then you can collage with that. Hey, Darcy. Yes, play along. Chicken feet, yes. Thought it could ink at vintage looking. I missed some of that. All right. Again, got to remember not to tap. Gonna get the fingerprints. It's okay when the fabric comes up like this. All of this is fine. Okay, I'm not crazy about the pink on the blue. Makes me think of a baby shower, so we will come back over that. But I'm gonna come here. I can pick up a little bit of the pink there. All right, that's good enough. I'm really liking the darker purple, which was not what I grabbed. You want a soft brayer, not a, I think for me. Yeah, I'm just right now just trying to get some backgrounds down. So what happens, happens. It's all going to be fine. It does kind of look like a blue sky in a garden. Yeah, some people do. They like a hard one. Like anything else, you know, you kind of have to, you read all the rules, you watch the videos, and then you try your own thing and see what you like best. So if you take the fabric and you crumple it up now before you put it down, and you get some wrinkles in it, maybe we'll get something a little different. Let's see. Yeah, it's not going to pick things up quite as precise, which is kind of fun. Kind of because there were a lot of paint. There was a lot of paint on there. There were. Yep, just play, play, play. That's the whole idea. Let's see if we can get these guys a little more coverage. Oh gosh, I'm looking at the other blue ones drying and I'm really loving it. Whoops, went the other direction. Yeah, I can do purple more than I can do pink. Just pink doesn't speak to me. Some colors speak to me, some don't. Just want a little bit on that side. Yes. Oh, a little bit there, a little bit there. And it doesn't have to be exact because whatever you do on the pages is going to do something else. Forgot to. Yeah, Joanne, I think you would absolutely love this, you know, and you could do with your rice paper. You got to go careful with the rice paper, or tea bag paper would handle it better. And then you can collage with it, which I know you love to do. All right, it's going to need more. Ooh, okay, getting the purple on the blue is nice. This one looks like it's about done. All right. Sandy says, okay, how many of you know what color my 1964 Chevy Bel Air station wagon is? Ooh, do you have a blue one? Do you have a green one? Let's see. Do you have a purple one? Do you have a purple station wagon? That could be cool. Whoa, did not need that much white. Okay, so this is going to be a lot of paint, and then we'll come back in. Let's see, where's a new something? Over here, slightly off, I've got a little tray that's got just a wet paper towel in it, and it definitely helps keep the brayer ready to go. Whoops, that was a lot of white. Okay. All right, we're gonna try and not mix it too much. And let's get some fresh ones. Sorry, I get thinking about what I'm doing and I forget to talk. You guys have to ask me questions. Ask me questions, it's easier. Pink and cream two-tone. Ooh. The only difference I have found between the do-it-yourself jelly plate and the store-bought is mine is a little softer. Still prints beautifully. Yeah, and you can, Joanne, practice on a plastic bag. Tape it down, and you won't get quite the same effect. You can put a towel underneath it, but, give that a try, and you can see whether you think you're going to like it or not. Oh, see, I love this. This is just really, yeah. We stick with the purple and stick with the blues, maybe. Become like the mad scientist here. Just a touch of black. Jackie said I would love a van with flowers painted all over it. One of the gals in my book group here in town has a old VW van that was definitely popular from that time frame, from the 60s. And I think of that. I think about flowers all over the van every time I see it. I always know it's her around town. The one thing you will learn when you watch me do jelly plate is I don't follow any rules. If you want to get down to a whole lot of techniques, watch Patricia and Mariah over at PM Artist Studio. But I am embracing my rebel when I do jelly printing. Or a tile. One of my favorite craft resources are some house tiles I purchased from a surplus and seconds building. The tiles were brand new, but excess stock. Yeah. It depends on what you're doing. A big one, if you're trying to really lay out a larger composition, especially like on fabric, I like the big one. I can keep everything all nice and flat, not get wrinkled up. But the small ones, I think I've got like 7 or 8 jelly plates. I know that's insane, but that's me. I'm going to go back to the white, see if we can get this not super mixed. Yeah, who needs rules, right? Who needs rules? You get in the way of all the fun. Barbara is back. Did you bring enough coffee to share? That's the main question. I only had like 4 cups today, so that was good. And then I'll be switching over to my tea when I'm done. That feels good. So when they're dry, I could come back over here with stencils if I wanted to, but I don't know. I'm probably going to Just let them, oh yeah, let them dry and put them in the kit as they are. Yeah, my plates, I abuse them. They've got air bubbles on some of them. They've got imprints from when I put them on stuff that I shouldn't have. And I just figure it all adds texture. I have to look at these things and see what might need more. Yes, I'll do it. I can find things now in my studio. I even have shock of shocks. I need my other plate here. I have empty drawers, which just are really a shocker for me. Yeah, you can use that fun foam too as a modified plate. Maybe I should do a video about that, all the different things you can use. We can just take this and make some lines on the end just to break it up a little bit. It's not like we're trying to get a pattern. You wish you'd gotten more of the tiles? I saved someone when they ripped up one of the bathrooms here. I saved the hideous tiles that they'd had for art projects. There's also that styrofoamy like packaging that comes sometimes in sheets, and you can, pile that up. Or you can use glass, or plexiglass, from a picture frame. Okay, these are so-so. Not super exciting yet. They're so-so. Super exciting is just around the corner. All right, what are we going to add? You always get new subbies after the stream. Yay. Yeah, Terry is awesome at getting you guys' links up there. And I'm glad that it's helping you guys get some attention that you deserve. What do we want to put with this? With the yellow. Why not mix some purple in? Why not? Yay, Joanne, you're going to give it a try, and just, holler if you need some help or some inspiration. Oh, I love it. The threads are gathering on the plate. That will give some nice. Anybody that's loves coffee has got to be a friend. That's it. Yep. All right. Let's see who still needs decide who still needs something. Just a little bit on the edge there. These guys look done. These guys need another layer. These guys need something more interesting. Let's see here. It's nice. These are definitely getting stiffer. Oh, thank you, Sandy. Hi, CT. C-Ty. Hi, C. What do you want us to call you? How are you doing today? Are you having a good day? All right, that wasn't a good idea. Okay, a little bit more layers there. That's nice. That's not bad. I think I want a little bit of orange on top of there. Call you anything but late for dinner. Okay. You're gonna, whoops. Did I pick up the fabric? I did. me just see which ones need just a little bit more. 1972, not 1872. 1872 bug might be a little different. All right. This needs a little more. I think some yellow on the blues. Okay, that's getting covered nicely. And that one's just about there. That is not bad. Now, the other thing you can do is you get the stuff on here and you just want to mix it around after you got all your paint all over it. And we'll put it in a little bit more and you'll get some wrinkles when it dries. Nice. That needs a little perking up. Don't spray your hair again. Okay, nice. And they look kind of dark and grungy, and that's kind of the plan because all the rest of the pieces in the kit are nice and grungy. Hey, Lori, just home from the vet. You have a new kitten named Gracie. Welcome, Gracie. So sweet. Lori says, I'm getting some hand arthritis and need to concentrate on taking care so you can art for many more years. Yeah, I'm afraid this finger injury is definitely going to increase the arthritis in my hand. And we need to take care so that we can keep arting. What am I going for here? I think I'm going to stick with my blue. And the reason I brought the orange out is because I did not have any orange paint and I didn't want to stop and mix stuff. Yeah, grungy just, you can do anything with the grunge. You really can. All right, now that's too close to that color. Let's get some of this that needs a little bit of help. Okay, it needs a lot of help. And go here, here. These guys need more of something. I don't know what the something is. So Lori, we are just doing random getting color on fabric today. I might make it to my, no, I'm not going to make it to my paper. It's just going to be fabric, and that's fine. Love this teal. All right, I'm going to do some more of that with some white, I think. I'm sure there's a little bit more in here. Let's see. I can almost do that. Almost scrape it out with my little thingy. All right, I'm going to say that yellow is done. Sling paint, Jackson style, yeah. So, my bottles now, as they're approaching empty, what I'm going to do is fill them with warm water. Just a little bit, not fill them, sorry. Just put a little bit of warm water in here, shake it around, and dump those into my tray so that I will have a paint water tray. No green today. The kit has a lot of green in it already, so I figure I will do some other colors. So they've got variety. It's got some greens. It's got a lot of greens. It's got purples, browns, pinks, blues. Let's just. Plus, one of the problems that happens when you do things in your favorite color is it's that much harder to let them go. It's like, no, I love that color. I can't let it go. Plus, you guys see me do green stuff all the time. All right, every which way. It's fine when it gets wrapped up like that because it just gives me a new look. Yes, spreading the paint thicker because of the fabric, because I kind of want to stiffen, and I'm not using any fabric medium. So this is kind of like a win-win on several layers. I'm using up paint that has been open for a long time, so I'm afraid it's going to dry out. I am using up colors that I don't normally use a lot of, so again, they're going to dry out. And I want to stiffen things up just a little bit. And I don't want to do, because these are just backgrounds, I don't want to do 25 layers on something to get that really awesome look. So using more paint, I'm just going to crumple these up, put them off to the side while I decide what I'm going to do next. I think we're going to add yellow. And this green didn't want to spray. Let's try it again. No. Just do it like that. And maybe a hint of black. So if I was trying to do, layers where I was doing stencils or my leaves, I would definitely be using less paint, a lot less paint. Sprays are really watery, so it kind of helps dilute the paint there a little bit too. Cheap paper is great for collage fodder, and the more you layer it up, the thicker and the sturdier it's going to get. A couple layers of paint on it on each side, and it's going to be completely different. Okay, I'm just going to kind of scrunch it in here. Let's see if this does anything. Hey, Corey, how are you doing today? Dogs make you go on an extra long walk? All right, we are just scrunching it all down there, just getting color on the page, well, it is a page. It is a page. And let's just see what happens. Let me do that and get some wrinkles. All right. Yeah, kind of getting some wrinkles in here. I'm liking this. Finding I love to just slap it all over, and even now I find bits that I hoard because I can't get. Yeah, when it's a favorite color, it's really hard to get rid of, or just a page that you really like. It's like, no, I don't want to put that in a journal. I don't want to get rid of it. All right, so you can still see the flower in there, but it's not the primary thing, and that's what I like. Have kids construction paper. I don't mind using it, except it really soaks up the ink. It's just another look. Yeah, I have done that with construction paper before. All right, let's just sop this up. This fabric is cool because it actually looks like, it was already jelly printed, even though it's a fabric design. So anything you add to it just makes it look better. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And we call that one done. All right, we need to start thinking about how to, and I'll probably take a break at 1:30 and go to the bathroom, but then I'm going to hang out because I still got to do some more stuff. So I might as well just hang out here and work a little longer. And let's see, we'll add a little bit of white. So the pages aren't going to be super stiff, not like watercolor paper stiff, but they will turn more like pages in a book a little bit better. Got all kinds of yummy threads on this plate. That's really cool. All right. That needs something. I could use just a little something. This definitely needs some things. That's pretty cool like that. I'm going to give it just a little something. The other nice thing about going with a lot of paint on this right now is I don't have to feel like I'm not rushing. Not rushing on anything. That looks pretty cool. I'll leave it. And that needs something. This is pretty cool, but we're going to add just a little bit because I'm going to take my sprays next. And let's see, the orange. Let's see what we get. So just picture now going back over this maybe with some black or white or metallic paint and a stencil, and you could get something really interesting. Even more interesting, I should say. These are already interesting. We could make them even more interesting. All right. Kind of want to. Almost looked like they were too stuck together, but I guess not. A whole lot of messy fun. That is it exactly. A whole lot of messy fun. That's what I love about doing backgrounds. You know, you want all those layers because you just don't know. And then they're going to change a little bit as they dry. So you just don't know what's going to show up. So here's our green. You guys were asking about green. There we go. Okay, that one's cool. It just gets to stay just like it is. All right, these guys they're getting to the blah point where they're a little too one notes. So what do we want to put with the green? Let's put a little bit of purple with the green. And a little bit of black. Because it can make things interesting or more interesting. All right, and then we're just gonna kind of come in here randomly. Yeah, just a little bit more. Okay, Lori, take care. I'm glad we got to see you for a little bit. Never underestimate the power of a little bit of black. It really does kind of make everything else pop, I think. I'm going to roll this one and see what we get. Kind of muted on that side. Yeah, that one's going to need a little something in its final stages, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. All right. Let's do... Yes, the drying space. I love what you guys can't see off camera. I got these cookie sheets. I think they're 2 for $1 at the dollar store, or they were pre-pandemic. I don't know what they are now. And I like them because I can get, you know, my full sheets of paper on there or my smaller things. And then I just, wait a second, I'll show you. When I want everything to dry, spread them out to dry, I have one like this, and I put one at the other angle, And so it gets a little bit of space in there when you're trying to work and trying to get everything covered. Right now, they're just all piled on top of each other. All right, we're just, anyway, let's grab, we need some of these things that are blank or mostly blank. And some of these as they're drying are very cool. All right, and I'm not going to brayer over these because I don't want it to just all soak in. I just want little bits. And I'm going to have to hit it a little bit. Otherwise, it's not going to do anything. Oh, and I'm getting on both sides. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do it. Yeah, gold is an awesome top layer to make things pop. Any kind of the metallic paints, or sprinkle some magicals over the top of it. You know, I don't have to worry about, you know, these aren't going in a journal where people are going to be maybe, I mean, once, I don't know. I don't worry, even though a lot of the stuff isn't necessarily permanent. I don't worry about it because I'm not permanent. All right, so we're just going to layer things up and see what we get. All right, so we're just getting some interesting grungy things. Okay. I got a pile there that is not finished, so I'm going to consider what's over here is done, and I will show you those when I'm done. But let's brighten up some of that. That paint is really thin. Where are we going to go? What are we going to go with? Yeah, the slow stitch. I mean, there's just going to be some really great pages that people can play with. And there's my white. I go in spurts with metallic. I also like the metallic pens to go back over things afterwards. I really didn't leave myself much room to work here, but that's okay. Way too much paint, even for what I'm doing here, but that's okay, right? It's all okay. Let's grab something that doesn't have anything on it yet. I think there's a few in here still. Yeah. It will help sop some of this up. All right, we're gonna metallic pens are awesome. I love to use them. Gold with grunge just makes it pop. Okay, is there anything else that doesn't have anything on it yet? I think I've got a start. Oh. Yeah, it's kind of an interesting combo here. We're not going to worry. We're just going to get stuff down. It's a great way to use up fabrics that you're not that crazy about, or it's another great use for old sheets because you can, you know, cut part of it to put underneath your plate to catch the paint, and then just keep painting away, and eventually you can cut apart what you want. I like that combo. That came out nice. Yes. Okay. We're going to do that one again. We are definitely going to do that one again. All right. Let's get that little bit of paint there. Kind of soften up where I see just a little bit of the edges. All right. I think that looks nice. So these are just going to be some great little pages. Picture that when it's folded in half. Stitch it up with something. You're going to, yeah, darker fabrics. You know, you do some gesso, you do some white paint, then do your metallics on them. All of that stuff would be great on dark fabrics. I've been doing, you know, painting a lot of my printed fabrics because I'm going more towards using muslin and linens that are not printed yet. I'd rather do my own. So it's a nice way to use them up. And it gives you one more texture in your project. You know, if you're using them to make pages in a book, it's going to give you a different texture in your book. All right. We need, what do we want to add to the red? Just maybe a little bit of purple. Well, thanks for asking that, Corey, because I didn't think to ask that. Sorry about that, Vicki. What else do we want? Maybe yellow, more yellow. Yeah, Barbara's the smarty that keeps a phone book of aliases. This makes me think of Mardi Gras, which I dealt with when I lived in New Orleans, which was not nearly as much fun as it might sound. I don't want to mess that one up anymore. Let's do this. Oh, no, I kind of like that like that. I'm going to leave that one alone. Yeah, old sheet. It's a great way to use up old sheets. All right, let's just pick up some color. Mushroom stencils would be cute. Yes. As long as you're inspired, that's the main thing, Sharon. If they don't do it for you, they don't do it for you. If they do, then that's awesome. Oh, look at how pretty that came out. Oh, I love that one. You can't even tell that it was a pink pattern something. And sometimes I like to leave them where there's just a little bit of color like that, because then, of course, whatever you add to the page later is just going to make it richer. All right, these guys all need something, and I think we're going to do the yellow and red again, because that was a hit. This is a different red. Thank you. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased. I think they're going to be really fun little pages. Oh, wow. This paint is so old. Wow. Let's get the skin off of there. Yeah, it was a good place to visit, but I was there for 3 years, which was about 2 years, 11 months too long, as far as I'm concerned. Okay, I guess I wanted more red than I thought I did. Get stuff piling up there. So quilting, old quilting fabric. This should get kind of nice and orangey. Yeah. I have to resist the temptation. I, mix so much. All right, we're gonna. Barbara, are you still quilting? I know you said you were going to maybe have to slow down because of your shoulder. Yeah, Sandy, it is a lot of effort. That's for sure. The social media stuff is a lot of effort. But for somebody like me who's very much an introvert, it's a wonderful way to stay connected with people. Try not to press too hard so I don't mix it too much. Yeah, nice blocks of color. Nice. Oh, good. So you can still do the small quilts. Nice. I'm glad to hear that. All right. Now we still have some color. see. Are you picking up much of it? Oh, we are. Can't leave a drop on the plate, right? Gotta get it all. Okay, maybe not all, but you gotta get a lot. Yeah, that's getting there. I kind of think that one's done. See, I mean, it was just plain blue fabric. It's so much more interesting now. So much more interesting. All right, we want to go a little lighter again, I think. Going to cut some of your fabric into jelly plate size pieces. Yeah, it'll be tempting. Oh, Trent, what a gift, Sharon. What a wonderful gift. No black, but maybe a little bit of purple, just a little. Hard for me to do just a little of anything, but I'm trying. All right. Nice. I like this. Okay. Don't over mix. Stop. It's okay if there's too much paint. We will use it. Let's see. Life, health, and wellness. Welcome. So, yeah, these are 3x5 pieces. They will be perfect for a lot of things. These particular ones are going to go for mini books. So happy to have you join us. Do you have a name you want us to refer to you by, since your channel is such a long one? And this is fine. We are doing really messy covering of fabric today. Not working to, oh, Kim, okay. T-Run. Well, happy you joined us, Kim. Do you follow me over on Instagram? For some reason, your long name seems familiar. Yeah, messy is nice. No rules. I like no rules. Oh, this page is looking really good. I'm liking this a lot. And I don't mind it when it does that. It just means I can smush it in a little bit more. Oh, these are going to be a great addition to the kits. Super excited. Okay. I have a bad memory, so I'm not surprised I got it wrong. All right, let's see. I just want some yellow, just a little bit of yellow, she says. Look at that, a little bit of yellow. We're going to mix it with some of this just to kind of water it down even a little more. And some over here. That was one of the really dark ones. I just kind of wanted to brighten up just a little bit. Bye, Jackie. Thanks for joining us. I'm glad we kind of got you figured out so you could join the chat. Hope you have a better day or better evening or afternoon, wherever you are, and feel better. Yep, this is definitely coming to life. If I was going to keep all these, I would definitely be going after these with my Posca pins and my stencils. Dang. Some of these I'm going to let the pattern show through. Some of them I'm not going to worry about it showing through. We're just going to use up the paint. Empty some bottles, I hope, of paint. Bottles of paint. All right, so normally this is about when I would sign off. But if you guys will hang with me, I will take a real quick minute to run to the bathroom since I had those 4 cups of coffee and come back. And if you're done, then I will, if you guys don't want me to hang on, then I will just show you what I've done today. Let me know. Yeah, it's going to be a great playground. Absolutely. They can do their pins, their stencils, their stitching. So you guys let me know. Do you want to stick around with me or are you done? I will let you guys be in charge. Barbara needs to sign off because she's got to go cut fabric. Yep, always good to motivate you. Thanks, Corey. I'm really excited. I mean, here's the pile so far. You're here. Let me do this one run of these, and then you guys can talk among yourselves. The bathroom is real close. I just need to make a quick run, and I will be back. Okay, hope to see you next time, Kim. Thank you. All right, Sandy, Joanne, you're gonna hang with me. All right, let me use these up because I've got something else I want to show you. I mean, I've done videos on it before, but if I can get through these, I can show you something else. Corey's going to stay for a bit. Okay. Let's just actually, what I will do all right, give me a few minutes. I will be right back. And I'm back. Sandy's waiting for the grandkids to come later so we can make homemade hot chocolate. Oh, nice. Corey, you can drink coffee this late because I know it's later for you than it is for me. I have to stop drinking my coffee at noon. That's it. I'm done at noon. Otherwise, I never go to sleep. All right, let's see what we got here. I can still see a little bit of the pattern. I think this needs a little bit something else. I think some animals are like that, but yeah, when they're young, they definitely are like babies. Chocolate granola. Ooh, chocolate granola sounds awesome. Thanks, Sharon. Oh, I love this. That side might be done. Maybe. We'll see. Okay. Got to decide if we need anything else on these guys. I think this guy is done except for a little bit there. My stack, I'm getting down my stack. I'm whittling it down. We'll take a look at everything that's done before I go on to the next, but I'm not completely done. They're close. My stack of done is bigger than my stack of needing to be done. Mouthy too, yeah. Zoe's gotten so used to us all being home now that she just wants to be with us all the time. She doesn't even want to go down to the lower property by herself to go to the bathroom. She's like, nope, you guys need to come with me. Not doing this alone. All right, I'm going to do some more yellow, a different red, and a touch of black. Hey, Mariah. I was wondering where you were today. Dreaded day job keeping you busy. I'm revitalized now. Had my little 2-minute break. See, this is why I put fabric underneath there. That yellow paint just went off the edge. Got way too much on there, and I'm going to be okay with this because we're just gonna grab it. Just a little, making sure. Oh, I did. Oh, look at that. I had a whole bunch of stuff that hadn't even been touched yet. Oh, you're doing packaging today. Fun stuff. Lori's got a new kitten. So she's got kitten teeth and kitten claws. Fun times. So Mariah, I am doing really messy backgrounds today. Oh, love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Yep, yep. And I'm adding to the empty bottles for you, Mariah. I hadn't sent out your package yet because I realized I had more of this stuff to do. So hopefully I'll have some more empty bottles. All right, let's do this. And we're going to do, where'd my white go? White. And just to color it just a little. It's not going to have a lot of effect because there's so much white, and that's okay. Just kind of. All right, I'm just going to randomly sop some of this up. Lori says, many thanks to Susan for her no rules and just because. Anyone else enjoying the incredible freedom this mindset gives us, loving it, and have never been so creative. Oh, creative. You just made my day, Lori. Absolutely made my day. All right, I did not mean to make this quite so pink. So that's a good place to use up the pink. Rules are overrated. They're so overrated. Sharon says I'm going radio silent for a minute, but I'm here. All right, we are just making messes. All right. Terry says she's been watching videos about brain and creativity. Ooh, if you found any good ones, make sure you share them with us in the group. I love that kind of stuff. I really shouldn't have added more paint on top of the pink, but it's okay. Yes, you make the rules, nobody else. So if I'd have thought to bring my actual big pieces of paper over here, I would have used that to wipe up more of this, but it's all right. It's just a layer. It's just a layer. It's just paint. All right, let's see if we can get a little bit more of this up now. It's okay if it wants to do this. I don't care what it wants to do because there are no rules. Just a little bit, one corner. My done pile is getting really juicy looking. Wow, all of a sudden my chimes outside are going crazy. The wind has picked up. You know, and I think that's a good point, Mariah. I mean, first you got to have your rules, and then you figure out how you want to break them so that it works for you. I just realized that rules just super, super stressed me out because I was a perfectionist. And when you're a perfectionist, it doesn't matter what the rules are. You're never going to be satisfied with what it is. So if you're letting yourself be hung up on being perfect, you're always going to be disappointed. And I don't like being disappointed. I like being happy. It's, again, way too much paint, and I'm going to be okay with it because this is just sopping up the paint on the fabric so we can make it's going to make it a little stiffer. It's going to change the color. It's going to give it some layers, and then they are going to make some great pages. Corey says, I wonder if the majority of artists have ADD as well. Could be. Could be. Just gonna put it down everywhere and sop some of this stuff up and keep doing it until everything is covered. Twisted Junk Journal says, I used to fall down the rabbit hole, but not now as I'm learning to trust my instincts. Yeah, perfectionist is out of the house. Yep. I'm so glad to hear that because, you know, she gets in our way of everything we want to do. And I'm just going to keep a pile of dirty stinky socks. And if she shows up again, I'm shoving one in her mouth and saying, hit the road, Jack. See, that's so much more interesting. Some metallic colors on a stencil or Posca pen. One color is boring. Okay, not always, but sometimes. Mariah says, I'm a bit more focused than Patricia. Stay on course, all the while willing to bob and weave when necessary. Yeah, and that's it. I mean, sometimes we just need to know, you know, sometimes you need, like, if you're doing something, maybe you're doing something with heat, you know, and you have to worry about the danger of something like that with your art. You have to be careful and follow those rules. And then you know when it's okay for you to break them. Being liberated from perfectionism gives us confidence. Yep. And I mean, you know, once you accept the fact that nobody can do what you're doing in the same way that you're doing it, and that's cool, that's what we all want, is to be unique, then go for it. Who's to say? You know, you can take 10 different art critics to the museum, and half of them are going to love something, and the other half are going to hate it. And both are right. Lori says, my problem is I'm obsessive. All in from the time I get up to the time I go to bed. Hopefully I will even out. Retirement has given me more time and I use all of it. Yeah. Zoe, hey. Everybody does not want to hear you, but I'm sorry. She's decided the wind has, I guess, stirred something up. Okay, these guys are getting juicier. Let's go back to this teal like this on top of things. And Terry says, I have crafting ADD. I get a ton of projects going, and then I need to change after I've been doing a medium for a while. Yep. Corey says, I chucked perfectionism a long time ago. Good for you. Mariah says, we blame the zombies. Nice. Nice to have somebody to blame. I don't manage my time as well as I should. That's something I would like to get better at. Lori says we can learn a lot from the brilliant creative folks in years past. Add OCD. Yep. We blame the zombies for the dogs barking. Oh, I get you. Yes. Could be. I think she's hearing a little bit more, a little bit better than she was before, which is interesting too. Yeah, could blame them for everything. Why not? You know, why the heck not? All right. I'm not gonna. There we go. We're getting some layers there. Yeah, hasn't Lori been cranking out some great stuff lately? If you haven't checked out, oh gosh, I love this. Her channel lately, you've been missing some good stuff. Juicy good stuff. Actually, let's just turn this over and get both sides. All right, getting kind of one note. Going to have to brighten that up a little bit. Close, 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 but not quite there. Let's add a little bit of purple. Hey, Sherry, how are you doing today? I am here for a while. If I'm going to be doing this anyways, I might as well just leave the camera on, right? Oh, the one doesn't want to go. I might as well just leave it on. Sharon says it's all about perspective. Instead of thinking about creative processes as rules, we need to think about them as the basics, stepping stones, and then we can know how to let loose. Yeah, I like that. Terry says, with all the reference material we have access to, we get overstimulated and can't focus. Yep. I would agree with that. You working on anything today, Sherry? Or are you just hanging out? It's true though. I mean, we get oversaturated. That's why for a while, a lot of us will say, oh, I can't watch any videos for a while because, you know, my brain is just too full of ideas and we bounce around 800 miles an hour. So a lot of times I will watch videos with the sound off and on a higher speed so I can keep up with the projects that people are doing. But somehow it doesn't stress me out quite as much. It is fun to keep learning, though. You're right, Lori. Keeps our brains, I think, young for those of us of a certain age. Corey said, I can never do one medium permanently. Yeah, I would get bored. I like to bounce around. Oh, my pile is looking so yummy. Really yummy. Nice. A little bit on those edges there, if we can do something there. Just okay. Now we need to go yellow again. Not really. Oh, you're having a down day? Oh, hopefully we can perk you up a little bit then. See if we can perk you up. Inspiration can be exhausting. That's it. Exactly. Terry says, the neuroscientist I was listening to said that all ideas build on other ideas. No idea is original. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. This is just some watered down yellow. That kind of watery makes it not quite transparent, but we can perk these up a little bit. I'm just going to crisscross and not worry about how they're going down. It's almost done. Okay. Some always just want to get caught on there. And it's funny is if you asked me later what I was doing color combo, I'd have to go back and look at the video because I pulled out what was close to the bottom of empty and colors that I needed to fill out the kits. All right, maybe a little bit on the edge there. That's getting better. I think that one can be done. I could just picture, I want some metallic sprays to go over these. Definitely thinking metallics. All right, we need to perk it up a little bit. Just a little. Don't really have orange. Oh, good. You're playing along. Corey says, I took a class long ago on neural pathways and hypnosis. Fantastic stuff. Oh, I bet. Not a lot here. I want just a little bit to really. What's going to happen is a bunch of these are going to get done all at once, and that's okay. Let's see if we can just get some interesting layers. Yep, there we go. That's a little more interesting. That side was okay. Yeah, it just needs a little. Not a lot, just a little. I need some white, but I'm going to let it go. Nope, that one decided it wanted to be something different. I have a hard time with gray. It's not something that I do a lot with, so I definitely struggle. I don't do a lot with cool colors. Okay, I'm going to not worry about these, even though they would probably benefit from some white, but I'd like to get to the bottom of this stack. Yeah, Terry, I hope you'll share, some of your favorites because you're always great at finding that sort of stuff for us. You just started using more gray? All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. All right, let's do. Is there anything left in this one now that's been? Oh, there is. Hey, Lorna's back. If you are back, then who is front? I know, old joke, old bad joke. Do anything else in there? All right, let's see what we can get with this. It's a good thing I need a shower later because I think I have sprayed my hair several times today. All right, where are we at here? We are getting there. Oh, a couple that were completely untouched. I almost used a different word and figured that Facebook would, or YouTube would flag me, so I did not. That looks pretty done. Give it just a little bit. Ooh, maybe that was more than a little bit. All right, so I kind of went off the rails there. It's okay, Susan. It's okay. We're going to not worry. We're going to let that stuff pile up. We're getting there. We are making progress. Lots of progress. Let's spread that out. Glad you guys are keeping up the chat. As I start doing in this, I forget to look up and then I miss a lot of stuff. I'll let that one go. I'm gonna let that one go. Ooh, that's looking better. Definitely gonna let that one go. Terry said, start by looking into art therapy, but it's very individual, not so much about stimulating creativity, but it's about communication of emotions. Yeah, Lorna, you don't need any more controversy. You really don't. I think you've had an... Okay, Big Mama has left the building. Thanks for hanging with me today. Appreciate it. I know I'm going longer, but I'm going to be doing this anyway. I understand people have to take off, but this way I don't have to stop and turn off the camera. I can just keep playing. All right, these guys are getting there. I think we need some purple, right? We need some purple. Why didn't you guys remind me? We needed purple. You're putting me on the big screen, so you can go make breakfast? All right, so we'll just, we'll talk about Sharon. She can't comment. No, be nice. Be nice. What are you making for breakfast? Tell hubby hi. Tell him thanks again for making sure you get up in time to join us. I always appreciate that. Yeah, I've gotten a lot done. I mean, the pile, look at the pile's getting there. If I can just get through all these fabrics that are left here, I'm going to be thrilled with my progress today. Lorna, that's what friends are for, right? Friends listen to friends whine. And then friends pass the wine. So, all right. I want to get through these guys. I appreciate everybody hanging with me today, because I probably would not have gotten through as much if I didn't have the camera going and knew that I had some company. It gets boring, right? And you guys put up with the dog going crazy when she goes crazy and my bathroom breaks and whatever. So, hey. And maybe this will make YouTube say, hey, we ought to be pushing more of Susan's videos, because look at those guys hung with her for so long. Hubby checks in every Wednesday night to find out. Oh, bless him. Yeah, a couple more weeks, our time is going to change. But yeah, the purple on the blue, that's looking good. All right. Not quite done yet, but let's do some yellow on top of that. God, my plates have got some wonderful grunge building up on it. And then we're going to spray while we have those guys down. Yeah, the chat was really busy, which is lovely. I mean, I love that you guys all chat together. We had great rain the other day. Did you? It was awesome. Rain. I wish that it had done more during the day and not at night, so I could, watch out the window. I love that you spend your Wednesdays with me, Joanne. It makes me feel awesome. Yeah, we got about 7 inches in a day and a half, which was really wonderful, very much needed. Yes, Lorna had some hideous things and she had to deal with this week. So you're near San Jose? Yeah, I love it stormy too. I think next week I saw maybe that we might get another day of rain. I don't know that it's probably not going to be anything like what we just had, but all right, these are getting there, but I'm not quite there. I'm not quite there. I need something to make it pop. So we're going to go purple and a little bit of black. The paint things have been open so long now that they're already on the top because I forgot to close. Oh, I never close the things. I never close the lids when I'm working. All right, so that one's going to be more purple or more black than purple. Let's see. This one. Okay. Eventually my brain stops working about what color combinations to do too. So, all right, that's pretty close to done. The back side needs something. Too much black, too dark, too blah. Nope, not liking those. So we're going to go to white. When all else fails, let's go to white. And we're going to do it this way. And then we're going to add some spray on top of the white. And we'll see what happens. Look at all these great threads. Oh, and of course, when these threads are done, I can pull them off and use them to collage. No, we'll do the yellow spray. All right, and see what happens when we do this. There. I like this combination, and we'll do it again. Grungy is hard, yeah. Corey, the art archaeologist, she's got a lot of great grungy videos. Might inspire you as you're creating your kit. Bugs me when it can't get it on. That's that last little bit of the edges. I'm going to leave that. Okay, this is doing things for me. I'm liking this. All right. We're getting there. We are getting there. Just a little bit of white. Goth Victorian. Ooh, fun. Yeah, Lorna had a really bad experience with a bully last week. Definitely, Sharon. We are stronger together. All right. If we need to brighten these guys up, we're going to try again with the yellow and a touch of white. And then I like that spray on the top. I think that kind of helped. And the yellow spray on top of that. All right, and grab these guys. Boom. Boom. Sorry, I'm doing my thing where I'm forgetting to talk again. You forget that you're not here alone. Let's brighten that part up. Okay. Oh, I wish you guys could see these in person. Yeah, it's sad that people feel like they have to set us straight in their minds. Karma is, yep, karma's going to get you in the end. I need that little bit right there to be covered with something. And that needs something. Just my little edges. Just the edges need stuff. Ooh, I like that white blotch. Thank you. I'm pretty happy. They're getting there. I'm gonna let that go. They don't all have to be covered every square inch. I need to remember that. Where's my dark blue? Let's see if we can. Do just a thin coat to kind of break it up a little bit. All right. Yeah, just a little bit here and there. This one is fine there. Just needs a little bit here. That's good. Oh my goodness, she went after the designer? That's crazy. Call that one done. We're going to call that one almost done. That's good enough. Is it saying good enough for government work? Something my mom used to say, I think. Yeah, I think it's a good accent. Just oh, the page of yummy stuff is piling up. Blue and yellow, nice. Okay, I'm going to add some more blue, different blue. And actually what we're going to do is just the blue. Blue. Zippity-doo-dah here. All right, and then see if we can get what happens if we spray and let's add some orange. It's a little too neutral. No, it's just going to be different. Not good, not bad. Just, well, okay, it's good. It's all good. It's all good. Even when it's dark, it's good, right? Just a little bit of something on this. No, not that color. Yeah, I like the red more than I thought I would. Okay. Pile is getting pretty good. Pretty good here. Yeah. All right, let's do the red. Woo, that was a lot of red. Let's spread a lot of the red first. And with the red, I am not doing white because I don't want pink. But we're going to add a little bit of black. Yeah, it does kind of look like a terracotta almost. Okay, and I don't want to mix that much, but there's a lot of paint. So we're going to see if we can just kind of grab bits. Maybe by not going all the way. I'm just going to crisscross around things. Oh, there was an empty one. Yeah, a little bit of Halloween. I just can't seem to get on top of doing holiday stuff at the time it's a holiday. It's like, oh well. All right, I'm going to call that covered enough. Ooh, like what that black does. Yeah, like I said before, don't underestimate the power of some black. Yeah, I really like getting black backgrounds done first and then going back over them with whatever I want to, stencils and stuff. It's a lot of black there, so we'll see if we can just smush it around some more. Whatever it takes to get the color in the fabric. Okay, so now we had that red, so now we're going to come up with, what do we want to put on top of the red? Purple. Go cook dinner. All right. I can be there in a couple hours. Thanks for hanging, Corey. You have a great evening. That is a lot of purple. Again, I must be getting slightly tired since I'm not paying attention. Well, I mean, I know I don't always pay attention to the amount, but yellow spray on top and see where it takes us. Where will we go? Oh, that's horrible. People were copying the books in the library? Jeez. Ballsy. Way too ballsy. All right. Purple and red. If I had brown out here, it would go nice with the purple too, but it's okay. Everything we're doing is okay. They are all so much more interesting than the scraps of fabric I started with. All right. That's dark, so now let's see if we can pick up any of this. I remember not to go just with my fingertips. I won't get just the fingerprints. Okay. Now we'll do the white. Ooh, another empty, approaching empty. That's crazy. People are crazy. Nobody wants to work for their money, their schooling, whatever. It's like, come on, people. All right, because that's white, I don't want to just cover space with white. So just make some lines to break it up so that way little threads doing things. All right. And if I remember not to press too hard. All right, let's press some, but I'm not going to brayer. Yeah, there we go. Just a little bit of interest. Just a little bit. Yeah, people really amaze me sometimes. They shouldn't. I mean, because there's just so many lazy people. Yeah, I don't want things to, I guess I could use them on them because it's not for me. You know, the bottle, you know, Terry was saying use the bottle bottoms for patterns. When I was cleaning out my mark making stuff, I had bottle caps in like 25 different sizes. And I realized I didn't use circles that much. They didn't do it for me, but since these are going in the kit and they do make interesting marks for stitching on, I could certainly do that. That one's done enough. Just needs a little bit on the edges. I always forget the edges. Get this little bit here. Almost to the end, and then I will flip through and show you everything that we've done. All right, these guys need just a little bit of something else. Let's see what'll happen with this. It's really fluorescent. That's nice. There's still some of those marks on there, so. I'm not going to worry if the stuff gets wrinkled when it goes down. It's just going to put a different mark on the layer. All right, let's see. That's soaking up more of the green than I thought it would. Interesting. Yeah, unintentionally a little more green than I thought, but it's okay. I wasn't sure. I don't use these sprays. It's the first time I've used them. That stuff that's been sitting on the shelf, time to use it. All right, it didn't quite do what I wanted, but we're close. We are close. We are so close. The dark blue. And we'll do some of Terry's circles. I got the little caps here, so I like to use the other end where you can just kind of squish it and you can get some interesting little smush circles. Yeah, all the different paint buildup is going to give you different colors. I mean, it's just like color mixing. You have to think about if you put that spray on a blue background versus on a white piece of paper, you're going to get different reactions. All right, let's see. So you get just a little bit of a design there. I like the smushy ones rather than perfect circles. Not a fan of perfect circles, perfect squares, perfect anythings. All right, I can see where I want just a little bit of color on that corner. I'm going to call that done. Yeah, these guys will benefit from some white or metallic afterwards. Definitely. That one's done. This guy's almost done. He's so close. He's so close. Mark making is just eventually I will get around to the mark making series that I would like to do. I'm not quite time-wise there yet, but because you can mark make with anything. All right, and I really just needed something on that edge is all I wanted there. So it's a good way to pick up that. Grunge that one up. Ooh, I can see the bottom of the stack. I can see clearly now. I won't sing to you. I like you guys too much for that. All right. You're getting there. Getting there. Yeah, so Mariah, thanks for that reminder, Mariah. The last couple of weeks, Mariah and Patricia have been doing some fabulous videos on mark making, doing some live streams, and they've got the replays up over there, so you guys can go watch them and get some ideas. You know, mark making is one of those things that always looks like it's super easy, and it can be, but it can also be more difficult until you discover your own language. It's just like your own handwriting. Ooh, I like that. That was nice. That's not going to get anything else. I'm going to call that done. Okay, these guys need to, oh, that side's good. So we're going to call that done. It's like just a few more. It's just a little bit. Okay, I wanted some orange and a little bit of red here. See if we can, whoops, that was not the red I wanted, but it will work. Oh, it won't work. No, don't like this. Nope. It's okay, but it's not exactly what I was looking for here. Building your visual vocabulary. Yes, exactly. That's what it is. And you have to build your own visual vocabulary. So Mariah and Patricia can show you 25 things. I can show you 25 things I use for mark making. But it's just like if you had this tool, you're not going to hold it the same way I am. And you're not going to hold it the same way Mariah is, or the same way Kim is, or Vicky is. You're not going to hold it the same way. Terry's going to hold it a different way. And that's just building your own, you know, like anything else, just building your own way of doing things. But it's, again, it's not necessarily a rule, but understanding the options available to you for mark making. And then you can take it from there. All right, let's see if we can pick up any of this. You know, there are certain colors. Okay. What colors don't work for you? I mean, you guys all know I'm not a pink person. That's just not something that works for me. And I don't feel like I have to get over using pink. I'll use it as an accent, but it's never going to be a color that I gravitate towards first. And I'm okay with that. Yes, I wanted that much yellow. What's a color that doesn't work for you? And I'm having trouble with grays, but I am working with gray, just not as much. Purple is less than it. You know, I dislike it. I don't dislike it. I just don't use it a lot. I'm not drawn to purple. Let's do something. Let's do some Orange, I'm also not super drawn to. So if you twist the cap, you're going to get something different than if you just press the cap, and you're going to get something different than if you use the other side of the cap. And then you can separate the circles. This is a whole lot easier than getting out the stencils for me. Yeah, I like the earthy colors. You guys know that. Purples, blues, and greens. Yeah, it's stuff you can use but are not drawn to is one thing. But some of the stuff just like, you know, I don't know why. I not only have pink paint, a bunch of pink paint, but I have pink stamp pads and pink reinkers. I'm like, wait a minute, why? Why do I have those things in pink? It's not something that I would be doing a lot of. So it's interesting. I love every shade of brown. Okay, this just got more interesting. I think yellow pops everything up. Yeah. Just makes that purple pop a little. Just threw that one on the carpet. Luckily, it's not sopping wet. Just kind of wet. That one can be done. This one can be done, even though it could probably use more. I'm going to say it's done. Sharon says, I've always said red and orange are my go-to colors, or my no-go colors, but now I've been playing more creatively and found it's about tone for me. Yes. It's like I can use a bright pink a lot better than I can use a pastel pink. And same thing, like a bright purple versus a lilac. Yeah, you just got to get used to it. All right, let's see. What can we put on top of there that's going to pop? I'm going to go back to my tealy kind of color and see if we can get, oh, that's the same color as that, though. I don't want that. I guess it's purple. The dark purple. Yeah, we use them all in a different place. You're right, Terry. Everything's got, all the colors have its place, like the rainbow. All right, let's see if we can get just a little on these corners. Yeah. Nice. All right. Okay, we can do the purple again because I've got some light colors there. Oh, and the threads are piling up on there. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. I'm going to say that's enough on that. And we're going to add a little bit of the spray just to break it up. And oh, that's exciting, Lorna. Your daughter's got her first full-time job. Nice. Ooh, these are the last 4 people. And we will take a look at what we've got here. And I guess the other thing I was going to do, I'll do in a video that I'll just post on its own. It really is finding your own language, Sharon, because I can see things that other people do and I love them and I try and emulate them. And of course, you know, because I'm speaking my own language, it's going to come out completely differently, which is fine. But sometimes I forget that. It's just like trying to replicate somebody's, you know, art project. All right, these guys need just a little dab of something, just a little. So we're going to take the spray. And And maybe a little more spray there because orange and purple are cool. Oh, when you made the same marks, it didn't go with your style. Yeah, that's another thing. I've said this before. I know that there's art that I admire, and I always think, oh man, I want to make that. And I realize, no, I really don't. I just want to look at somebody else's, what they've made. All right. So these guys are still wet, but let's see what we've got. Let's see. I can bring you down maybe a little bit. How's that? These are pretty awesome as far as I'm concerned. So like I said at the beginning, 2.5 hours ago, wow, that these are all pages that are going to go in the little Just Because mini books kit that I have put together, and I will post about it in the group, and there will be a pre-sale offer for you guys that were here today and that are in the group, that you will get a special bonus along with it. Oh, really happy with these. Look at here. I mean, can you believe this? Look at how much we got done. Okay, by we, I mean me. Look at how much I got done today. And these were just plain blue pieces of paper or fabric. And then that floral pattern that was pretty, but was just a little overwhelming. I mean, so much. So now I'm going to have to lay all these out on their little trays so they can dry. So now you can see some of the lines of the commercial fabric, but not a lot. Yeah, I'm really thrilled. So you can see a little bit more of the flowers, but not always. And I got a nice color variety, which is nice because I'll be able to mix these up in the kits. Unbelievable, yeah. So you want to know there are 100 pieces of fabric here. That's what I got done today. 100 pieces. And honestly, I do not think I would have gone through all of these if you guys hadn't been hanging with me. Sharon's like, now I want to go paint fabric instead of washing it. Yeah. So Joanne, are you ready to give jelly printing or mono printing a try if you're using something else? I mean, the list goes on and on. This has been a very productive day. Well, thanks so much for hanging with me, everybody. This has just been really, really fabulous. When these dry, they'll be just a little bit stiffer than regular fabric, so they will really be a nice page to turn in the book, but you'll still be able to stitch on them. And again, if you want to do this and make it even softer, just use some fabric medium. It works really well. You can use the cheap stuff. You don't need to buy the expensive stuff. You can just use the cheap folk art fabric medium. It works just fine. Yeah, Mariah, I'm glad you were able to join us. And we were able to talk a little bit about your wonderful mark making series. Yeah, they're all different. And when they dry, they'll be a little bit lighter. And that's going to be fine too. And they're just waiting for whoever gets the kits to put their own. I'm just grabbing handfuls of them because there are so many of them. You're going to go make jam. Oh boy. So yeah, I'm going to go put all these guys out to dry. So I'm so happy you guys enjoyed hanging with me, that you enjoy the conversations. I always enjoy the conversations we have here. You guys always make me want to do more, and I appreciate that. Okay, I will post these in the group when they're all nice and dry and over on Instagram as well. You guys go off and make your art and have a great time, okay? No rules. Just make your art from your heart just because, right? I'll see you next time. Thank you. I just appreciate all the kind words. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.